What's up, everybody? Philly Soccer Page post-game show. I'm Mike Servideo here tonight with Christian Sandler in a very, very warm underground bunker at Talon Energy Stadium. Union victorious over the Chicago Fire 3-0 in U.S. Open Cup semifinal, advancing to their third Open Cup final in the last 5 years. Goals from Corey Burke, 2 tonight, and CJ Sapong. Really strong offensive effort from the Union tonight. Especially in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. I think Corey Burke is certainly the standout. We were talking earlier about sort of that rawness that he has. Some missed chances here. How did that one not go in? Some fouls that he shouldn't commit. But the bottom line is he scores goals. And he did that again tonight. And Bedoya behind him was brilliant with the delivery. But at the end of the day, Burke's there twice. He finishes both off, and that's what did it.
Yeah. Strong defensive effort, too. I thought, you see Jack Elliott come in for Mark McKenzie, who's still out with a little bit of a knock. I thought he did a good job. I thought Austin Trusty has just been a rock back there this year. Chicago comes in with a lot of firepower, especially in their midfield, and really never got quite going tonight.
Yeah. Definitely. Jack Elliott is one of those guys that's really interesting for me. I've seen him in Bethlehem all season, and sometimes he has those moments that's like, that's ridiculous. How are you making such an error? Tonight he was really strong. You touch on Rosenberry, a couple slip-ups in the first half, but he really sturdied up, and I think Edwards on the left for Chicago was their biggest threat tonight.
Yeah.
And Rosenberry was at the forefront defending him all evening.
Yeah, I thought Edwards was going to get going a little bit. He had a strong opening 15 minutes, but it seemed like Keegan really cleaned up after that. I thought the midfield trio did a really good job tonight. I thought that the passing on the first goal was one of the best team goals I think we've seen from the Union, certainly this year and probably in some time. And that dink pass from Bedoya, oof.
Just brilliant stuff. I mean, it's the kind of goal that you see on a Saturday morning in England. I mean, that type of two-touch, one-touch passing, and it was really lovely. That Bedoya chip was... it's funny. He said, "I want to see that one again."
Yeah.
He hadn't seen the replay yet. And yes, you do. I mean, it was a brilliant goal. You touch on the midfield. I think it was so important too because on the other side you have a guy like Schweinsteiger and Dax McCarty. I mean, at least on paper, obviously they're getting a bit older, but that's one of the better midfields in the league on paper. And I think Schweinsteiger's biggest opportunity was a bicycle kick.
Yeah.
And it was very close, but. At the same time, a lot of credit to Bedoya and Medunjanin in the midfield for battling with them. Absolutely.
There's been a lot of talk this year. CJ Sapong's not really gotten off the mark in the way that we saw him last year. Corey Burke seemingly taken over the number one striker role. We've seen over the last 2 games, Sapong has come in on the right for a short period of time before switching up top, and I think he's looked more active on the right than we've seen him up top so far. Do you read the same way?
Absolutely do. I tweeted out this evening, two striker alert, but not quite tonight.
Yeah.
Sapong did move over to the right, but it's funny, when that happened, the goals started pouring in. So I think Sapong played a role there. And I think if it's a one-on-one decision up top, it's got to be Burke right now. He's too hot.
I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out with the right side too. I think Elsinho might be still out for the game on Saturday. Does CJ Sapong get a start out on the right side? David Accam has been poor at best most nights and never really got going tonight.
Yeah, I think, sadly, poor with Accam is generous right now. I'd really like to see what Burke and Sapong could do together for an extended period of time. And especially if Elsinho's out, let's try and mix it up. We've been talking about this all year. Accam's not doing the job. Sapong has certainly proven that he can play out wide as well.
We're waiting for the other U.S. Open Cup semifinal to finish up right now. I think the answer to this one will be obvious, but Houston is up 2-1. Union would probably rather travel to Houston than to face LAFC.
Not even close. Now, you do have Andrew Wenger to worry about with Houston, but no, all kidding aside, I don't think it's close. The Union just proved that they can beat Houston, and they can beat Houston on the road convincingly. So I don't think anyone wants to deal with LAFC, especially on the road. All those guys in the locker room are going to be pulling for Houston 100%.
Yeah. All right, I think we'll wrap up there. Union back in action on Saturday when they travel to New England, and then back here in a week and a half when they host NYCFC. Big stretch coming up. We'll see you then.